All right, so as we pick back up in a brand new year, 2021, unfortunately I show up without a proper video prepared for this week. Been a little busy around here for the last 4 or 5 days, having the New Year holiday to contend with, and also we got a little bit of snow and freezing rain dumped on us here in the Midwest, so I was cleaning up that mess for a few days. So didn't want you guys to think I'd forgotten about you, so I wanted to kind of touch base with you on what I've been doing or trying to do over the last few days, kind of here or there. I've had this realistic STA-2290 on my bench here for probably about 4 or 5 days, and just had very little time to kind of figure out what's going on with it. I'll kind of give you the background on it. The unit came to me from one of my home customers. He purchased this out of a storage locker, and he was told that the unit did work, but once he got it home, he figured out that indeed the AM works, but the FM does not work, or it works very poorly. And he brought this to me and said, I don't have any interest in getting it repaired. If you want it, I'm just going to give it to you. And so I was more than happy to take this off of his hands. Probably about maybe 13, 14 years ago, I had a complete vintage stereo system built around one of these 2290s. And I can tell you for a fact, I had this paired up with a set of Serwin Vega speakers. And if you want to rattle the walls, this receiver is definitely capable of doing that. And so I disbanded or dismantled that system and sold it all off quite a few years ago. And I'm glad to have this one back and get another opportunity to work on one of these. The one that I bought back in the day, I did buy broke. I bought it on eBay, and it had a couple of different problems, one in the preamp and one in the main amp. I got all that worked out. I didn't have a tuner problem, but that's what this one had, and so that's what I've been kind of dealing with, kind of in my spare time here and there when I had an opportunity to. Let me go ahead, I'll pull you off the tripod here. I'll take you over and show you what this unit looks like on the inside. If you download the service manual on this unit from Hi-Fi Engine, it's very comprehensive, especially when it comes to the tuner. It'll give you all the voltages required to troubleshoot this from the IF strip in the front end all the way back to the discriminator IC. And in my case, that's where I found my problem. We'll go ahead and take a look at that. It's an HA11225 discriminator IC, and that was what was holding me up as far as not being able to lock onto an FM station and get any type of usable signal out of it. And I did get that up and got it fixed. Unfortunately, I found out once I had that repaired that I still did not have any stereo signal attached to it. So we went back to the drawing board, did a little bit more troubleshooting when I had some time to do it. And again, the manual is very comprehensive about these ICs, giving you the voltage of every single pin. And one might think, well, this is an old receiver, it's from 1982, so probably some of these capacitors are causing your problem. Well, these were all checked with my ESR meter and they're all fine. And we have usable voltage, VCC voltage to drive that multiplexer IC. And so that's not the issue. But I did find a couple of the internal voltages of this IC not correct. So I'm going to go ahead, and I've already went and ordered one. I didn't have that one in stock, and so we're going to see if we can get it repaired by replacing that IC. And I can tell you for a fact, very nice looking receiver from the front. Looks real good. And we'll go ahead and take a quick peek over here at the catalog page of this. I have all these Radio Shack catalogs from 1980 up to 1989. This is the 1982 book. And this was a new product for 1982. And they, hype it up pretty good here. Computer controlled digital synthesized receiver with the power and features for today's music. And if you wanted one of these back in the day, set you back about $600. It shows the display here as being blue, but we really know that it's more of a green looking color than it is a blue looking color. So I don't know if their intention was maybe to put some type of filter in it that would make it blue, but both of these, the one that I owned previously and this one, definitely have more of a green look than a blue look to it. As Radio Shack did back in the day, they would feature that receiver in 3 different systems and mark them good, better, and best. And if you wanted the best system, and I've actually had all the components from the best system with the exception of the speakers. They give you their nicest tape deck that Hitachi made for them. They give you the nice 10-band EQ, and then a nice turntable there. Set you back about $1,800 for the whole system. And they did make a note down here to let you know that the records are not included. So it looks like this gentleman has his bottle of champagne ready to go. Has his girl there and his rack of audio. Maybe he was getting ready to celebrate New Year's, and he was going to do it with his realistic stereo here. I want to make sure that I thank all of you guys very much. I appreciate you checking out this channel over the last year or so. And it looks to me like we're getting pretty close to having about 1,000 subscribers, which is about 980 more than I ever thought I would ever have. So I really appreciate your time that you spent here watching these videos, and hopefully you found something that has kept you interested and maybe keeps you coming back. So I want to thank you first and foremost for that. Thanks to all you guys that have reached out to me about working on units. If I haven't gotten back to you, I will. I'd also like to give a shout out to my home state, Alabama, and the Alabama Crimson Tide with their win over Notre Dame as we head to the national championship. And hopefully we can take home that trophy this year. So guys, thank you very much. I appreciate you. And I'll catch you on the next video, and hopefully it'll be a little bit more proper than this one. But thank you very much for checking out the channel.